Pigs profitable? Can you make any money on pigs? So we're going to break down some costs today on some pigs that we had processed. We're going to break down the retail value of what those pigs are, and we're going to calculate out what our potential profit is on those pigs. So stick around for that. I'll give you a little peek behind the curtain. The old folks didn't call them mortgage lifters for nothing, so stick around. So I don't know if I've ever told the story or not, but when we got ready to get into farming, I was doing a daily commute of about an hour and 15 minutes one way to work. So I was on the road for about 2.5 hours a day. So I spent a whole lot of time listening to podcasts. And we'd bought the farm, and our idea was we were going to go all in on pasture poultry. We were going to, do the Joel Salatin thing, chickens out on pasture. And that was going to be our centerpiece enterprise here on the farm. And that's what we were going to focus on. And that was the direction, man, keep getting in shadows. That was the direction that we were going. So one day I was driving to work and I was listening to a podcast with Diego Footer and Darby Simpson. And the name of the podcast is The Grass-Fed Life. And Darby made a comment on that podcast. Yes, Darby made a comment on that podcast. He said, pound for pound, based on your labor, that pigs are a more profitable enterprise. So I came home that afternoon. We didn't have any animals yet. I came home that afternoon and made the grand announcement to my wife, we're getting pigs. So that's how all this got started. Our AI cost. So these pigs were from an artificial insemination from Shipley swine. We paid $204 for the pig semen. We got 19 piglets out of that, so that comes out to $10.74 a piglet. That was our birthing cost in the piglet. Now, you can get into discussing about feed costs with the mamas and cost of keep on the sows and all that kind of thing. These guys are crazy. Cost to keep on the sows, but we're not going to get that deep into it. We're just going to run these pretty high level numbers. So $204 for AI costs, each piglet $10.74. So those 3 piglets, we had $32.21 in those 3 piglets, having them born on the farm. So this is our new gilt group. These girls are all going to get bred within about the next 3 weeks. They've just gone through a heat cycle, so we've got them timed. Excited to see how many piglets we can get out of these girls. All real healthy, look really good. Good looking group of girls. But back on the 3 pigs that we took to process. Feed costs. We still have just a little bit of an issue of teasing out very specific feed amounts and costs on specific pigs, because we have different groups coming and going at different stages of life all the time, and everybody gets fed out of the same tub of feed essentially. So I had to swag this a little bit, but based on what others say, I think we're pretty close. Total feed consumption for those 3 pigs, 2,817 pounds. Breaks down to 939 pounds per pig. Total cost was $789 for all 3, or $263 each. So that's our feed costs. So we've got AI costs and we've got feed costs. The next big cost is the processing cost. So for those 3 pigs that we took on October the 20th, total processing costs $1,052.03. That was for all 3 of them, or $350.67 per pig. Let me say that again. Total processing $1,052.03 for all 3, $350.67 per pig. Now, weights. Again, I said those pigs were 6 months old, so you may think, man, that seems kind of quick to be taking those pigs, but the weights were just right. The weights targeted right where we want them to be. Typically, we want our pigs to be between about 325 and 350. We found that to be the sweet spot. Total live weight on those 3 pigs was 1,005 pounds, or 335 pounds per pig. So in 6 months, we were able to grow out a market-ready pig to 335 pounds. So we're really happy with that. We think we've keyed in on, some of the right genetics in terms of the sows, and these were AI pigs. So we're going to, experiment with what some of our boars can do, and we'll see how the next group starts growing out. These piglets here are also artificial insemination pigs, so we'll see how they end up doing as well. Sellable weight after processing and all the things that go on with processing. Sellable weight, we have 639 pounds of pork in the freezer, packaged, ready to go, ready to sell, ready to retail. 639 pounds. Retail value. Now, one thing that you have to take into consideration in our context, and this may be completely different where you are, where you live, and your context, as other things may be different. Your feed costs may be less. Whatever, your processing costs may be less, your processing costs may be more. So again, this is all based on our context. But we live within about an hour to an hour and a half of somewhere around 3 to 4 million people. So we have a very large pool of people that we can advertise to. And when we do that, we concentrate on advertising to folks that locally raised food, ethically raised food, pasture-based animals. We target folks that's important to, because that's what we do. I mean, that's the product that we raise. When you do that, you'll find that those folks are willing to pay a premium for the product because it's a premium product. This is not what you get in the grocery store. So our pork chops are more expensive than what you'll get in the grocery store. Our sausages, everything is more expensive than what you're going to get in the grocery store. But again, it's a much different product. So retail value on everything that we put in the freezer, $5,338.06. $5,338.06. If we subtract the cost off of that, $1,873.24. So the potential profit on those 3 pigs that we grew out in 6 months, $3,464.82, or $1,154.94. So are pigs profitable? Yes, pigs are very profitable. And again, we've turned that into kind of our centerpiece enterprise here. So we focus on raising a quality product, doing it as efficiently as we can. We're getting better at that. We're excited about some of the things that we're implementing, some of the things that we've got planned here. So we're really pleased with our pork operation. And that was just 3 pigs. Since those 3 went, there's an additional 10 that have gone. So I think this year, Sandra said we processed 28 pigs. And we've gotten a little better each time. So we're really excited about that.